we've all got a few things in common. We're all worthy of a community that understands us. We all deserve flexibility, and we should get to run our day instead of it running us. So maybe that's what brought you here to get to know us. Mary Kay has been a groundbreaking, trailblazing company for more than 60 years, and we follow in the footsteps of the original beauty influencer. Like many women in the 60s, Mary Kay Ash was not treated fairly in the workplace, so she made a change and founded a company that gives everyone the opportunity they deserve. Today, Mary Kay continues to be family-owned and continues empowering others in more than 35 countries. We are a company driven by the idea that you can do what you love, be who you want, and earn extra income on your terms. Our idea is powerful in its simplicity. First, Mary Kay creates hundreds of products that people crave. And yes, we win industry awards. Conduct 500,000 tests a year for safety, quality, and performance. Hold more than 1,600 global patents. And products are made in our own global manufacturing and research facility. Because what gets us really excited is how much people love our products. Because your confidence is our obsession. Next, we keep the business model beautifully simple too. Independent beauty consultants are 100% independent business owners. They buy directly from Mary Kay, then sell directly to customers to earn money. That's it. No wholesalers, no middlemen, no one holding them back, period. They enjoy the flexibility to work a Mary Kay business a lot or a little at parties, online, and on social, all while learning life skills from others and getting digital tools to help along the way. And if they're ready to lead a team of their own, they can drive the business as far as they want. Beauty consultants have one of the highest profit potentials on product sales in the world. Plus, at Mary Kay, they are always celebrated. Small wins are recognized, and big accomplishments are richly rewarded by a community of entrepreneurs and corporate employees around the world. Working together, we've also built a long history of giving. Mary Kay and its 4 company-sponsored foundations has given more than $200 million in monetary and product donations since we began tracking our philanthropic efforts. We support life-saving research and survivor empowerment with more than $24 million awarded to cancer research innovation from the Mary Kay Ash Foundation. And we strive to protect the environment by planting more than 1 million trees, powering our global headquarters and manufacturing with 100% renewable energy, and achieving zero landfill site status in our global manufacturing facility. We are a brand with a purpose, and we hope you see the amazing potential we see for a bright future together. This is where you can come to thrive. This is where you can unleash your confidence. This is Mary Kay, empowering women entrepreneurs since 1963. Then, now, always.
Well, hello, good evening. Oh my goodness. Welcome to Wise Women Wednesday. We are so happy that you are here with us tonight. We have got 30 minutes of fun, inspiration, and hopefully some wisdom that you can carry into your life from this Mary Kay event. I want to see who do we have on here tonight? Where are you from? Who invited you? Let's fill up that chat. If for some reason you're not seeing a chat box and you're confused as to why, it's typically because you have to be logged into your YouTube account in order to do that. So if you need to do that quick, that's fine. But chat boxes for people, make sure you're logged into your YouTube account so you can be a part of the conversation. You don't have to comment though in order to get into drawings. So at the end of tonight, you're going to be texting your consultant one of 3 letters, and that is going to get you into our giveaways tonight. We're going to do a few products giveaways, and we're going to have a special gift for anyone that maybe has been considering possibly joining this fun pink world. So Wise Women Wednesday, what is this all about? Well, we were talking, and I just know that there are women out there that are just, they're searching for more. They're searching for a tribe of women that they want to glean from, that they want to be, get inspired from. I always say, don't take advice from women that you wouldn't trade places with spiritually, emotionally, financially, right? And so in the Mary Kay world, I have been so blessed the last 14 years to be surrounded by these giants, these women that, oh my goodness, just how they speak to people, how they live their life, their time stewardship, their money management, how they are with their children has just filled my bucket of how I want to live. And I want to share that with you all this year. And so every month we're going to be gathering here for Wise Women Wednesday. It will always be the last Wednesday of every month. And we invite you. Every month you can get on. We're going to give away some cash, $50 cash. Who is excited? Let me see in those chats. Who is excited about a $50 cash giveaway? Okay. And if you win, your consultant wins cash too. What? So just for watching tonight, just for being on, you're going to get entered into those giveaways. And then we're going to do some product giveaways. But I just ask that for the next 20 minutes or so that you shut off the phone, you shut off the noise, and just get ready to be poured into a little bit. Karen Schwab has been with Mary Kay Cosmetics, for 32 years. Wow. She is like, talk about building a legacy business. 32 years. She started in 94. She became a sales director in 1997. I know that she is going to bless us tonight with some real nuggets of wisdom of things she's learned along her career. She is married to Bob. Together, they parent two children, Matthew, 26, and Grace Ann, 23. She is from Rochester, New York. And we're going to start off with just some really great questions about what does it mean to be a wise woman for Karen? And so, Karen, if you're ready, we're going to get started. My name is Kristen, by the way. I don't think I introduced myself yet. And I'm also a sales director, and I'm just so honored to be able to just learn from you tonight. So, hey, Karen.
Hi, Kristen. Hi,
All right.
everybody.
Oh my goodness. So let's get started. We have so many great things to discuss. So one first thing I want to know, I always ask women this who've been successful is what is one thing that a habit, let's say a habit, what's one habit that you've implemented in your life that has helped to improve your life? So a habit that improves your life.
Yeah, definitely. That is always, something you got to really think about. It's like, what do I do? What are a good habit that I have? And I would say one habit that has definitely improved, um, you know, for me would be prayer life. Um, I just wake up and I really want to reach for something prayerful before I do anything else, before scrolling, before exercising, before eating and coffee and all that stuff. I look up a scripture and I always like to just reflect on it, obviously read it, reflect on it, which is something, the reflection part I love because it's usually something that helps to interpret it for me for my everyday life. And that scripture to just speak to me and also use that time to extend it into prayer time, prayers of thanks, prayers of forgiveness, prayer for, asking for help for others, not just for myself, but my kids, my family, and anyone else. And, we have a woman that was very impactful in my life, Kathy Halou. She was my first national sales director. And she encouraged us always before our feet hit the floor. Um, Before you start to do anything, connect with God and ask him to bless your efforts, to direct your steps. And once I heard that instruction, I just really took it to heart. I really started applying it and feeling a difference with anything that was fear or frustration, anxieties, feelings, and actions for each day. When I get off track, which is easy to happen in any day given, I really do have to check myself on what my habit has been. Did I tune into my habit?
Wow, I love that. Ladies, drop the mic. I mean, to me, that is one of the best wisdom tips of a wise woman. I mean, so what I heard you said was you let God get into your mind before the world does.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so good.
Absolutely.
So
So much
good.
to distract us. We got to
So
bring
much,
it
right?
in.
Bring it
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
All right. Here's one that I don't know about you. Some women love the topic of money and some run from it. I'm a little bit in between. Wise tip, a financial tip that you think all women should know. Because being a wise woman, I believe, is being a good steward of the money that we have.
Hmm. Well, I was going to say, I thought maybe it might be a little point of some disagreement amongst people. I don't know, but you're asking, so I'm going to throw it out there and I'm just
Whatever
going to
you got.
say that every woman should have a source of her own income. So I don't know if that's going to directly answer your question or not, but I just really
Yeah.
felt like, so many times women don't have their own income, no matter how much your spouse or your partner is making or providing. This might feel like I'm stepping on toes a little bit, so sorry for that. But, women choose to leave careers and jobs and the income to stay home with their kids, take care of their children, their family, or maybe to take care of aging parents, whatever the reason may be. Ladies, I would just, if that's, where life has taken you, I would just encourage you to keep your hand in something that can generate an income for your household, or even for your own entertainment needs or your family's entertainment needs. It's good for your family to also see you work at something besides them. I get it. Time and energy can be stressed when you have a family and needs to be met. But believe me, with my kids being at the age they're at, all of that time and energy stressing is temporary. And, sometimes a spouse income can also change too. So it's good to have your own source of income, is what I would say would be a financial lesson for women.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that. All right. So I want you to think really quick about Karen 10 years ago. It could be 10, 15, 10 years ago, we'll say. What
Mhm.
advice would you give her today?
So I would say, really be courageous. Don't be
Mm,
afraid of change and lots of things that you don't have control over, like things out there in the world, stuff that, sometimes you just don't have control over everything and it can bring on a lot of fear. So be courageous and don't let those things take control over you. Joshua 1:9 is one of my favorites. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. The Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Discouragement, that's a big thing that can really take you off your track of so many things. So that's what I would say my advice would be, is to be courageous, whatever it is you're looking to do.
love that. 5 seconds of courage, right? Can make
Yeah.
the world of difference. Love that. All right. Here's one that I love to ask people because I think we can get hope and insight. What is something, or how do you stay grounded during difficult seasons?
Yeah, I definitely had to think about some things like this. You don't always try to focus on your difficult seasons, but you do have to go back and reflect on those sometimes when you've gotten through it, right? And that's the
Yeah.
thing, is getting through it. So some of my difficult seasons, having my first child, learning how to be a mom, losing loved ones. I've lost both my parents, a couple of my brothers, my mom this past couple years, a nephew, the pandemic, breast cancer this past year, is what I've been working through. So when I look back on all these kind of times, what helped me stay grounded, I'm sounding a little repetitive, but is God. God, my husband of almost 41 years, we've been together
Wow.
so long. And also, it's like, women like Kristen, the influencing women that I've been surrounded by in my Mary Kay life are priceless. We're not just working and business colleagues, we're truly life influencers of each other. Um, we're grounded, godly women that encourage and enrich, and we smile together and we sweat together, I always say, because it's all these different
That's
seasons of
great.
life of a woman, right? And we celebrate each other. So I would say those are the things, when I look back, what got me through these times. And it was
Mm,
those core things, my
so
God, my
good.
spouse, my Mary Kay family.
Awesome.
Yeah.
If you ladies who are watching can relate to any that Karen just said about seasons of your life, right? Like, let's get some comments going. Like, who has had to deal with this loss of a parent, loss of a spouse, loss of a, maybe she didn't have this yet, but like we think about these things, like what have you gone through? Like cancer diagnoses, right? Like just seasons, ups and downs, right? What have you experienced if you want to share? All right, here's one that I really like. And I'm like, I know Karen's heart. So like we're talking about
Mhm.
Jesus tonight. It's just how we roll. But for you, Karen, what does it mean and look like to you to live your life on purpose?
Yeah, again, it's the same touchstone. It means living by what God has really equipped me to do and to do my best at it, whatever I have in front of me to do. And that doesn't mean that I'm always like doing it right and doing all the good things, but it's trying to always rely back on that. When I do, take a misstep or I let something go, is like, what has God really equipped me to do? So living on purpose means living on purpose with Him. We all struggle with that. Sometimes we don't feel like doing the things we got to do. We don't feel like giving your best, but it's remembering that aspect and remembering myself why I am doing what I do. And it's doing it for, what God has equipped me to do. Trusting in that.
Love that. Love that.
I will say reading for me is like that. Like day this, read that. Here's a passage and I can
Gotcha. So just
apply.
small bite-sized pieces every day
Yeah.
you can do. No, I
Yeah.
love that. It fits
Yeah.
into your life.
Yeah. Mhm.
Wow. I love that.
I
Okay.
always envy my friends who just dig into books and they
Oh,
read and they just, I don't know. Never
my
been.
brain's like, do, 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 do.
Yeah.
All right, let's dive into some fun Mary Kay stuff, okay?
Mhm.
Because we're in the pink bubble here. Let's talk a little about Mary Kay. So I want to know, what is your favorite Mary Kay product?
It's hard for us to say one, but I am just going to say her right here. She's my
Oh,
friend, my Time Wise Repair friend. Our skincare continues to blow me away. 31 years in this company, it still continues to blow me away what we do in the Time Wise Repair line, especially through this cancer, post-cancer treatment. Medications can affect things, and my skin has just continued to be hydrated and wrinkle repairing. And I truly believe it's because we have such an amazing product. And
yeah,
I'm just going to add one more thing if I can.
yeah.
This is a new little favorite for me, is our Time Wise body lotion. This
Oh,
one,
yeah.
it's the Time Wise toning lotion. And I add a couple hits of retinol in it. Oh,
Oh, that is
just
genius. I
saying.
told y'all she was a wise woman. I told you. I've never even thought about that.
I know,
Okay,
right?
so where are you putting your toning lotion?
On my legs for sure.
Okay,
Um, well, the toning lotion goes all over. I'm kind
okay,
of not as much doing the retinol on my arms with it, just because my arms are exposed in the sun so much.
okay. Yeah,
But you know how your legs, your thighs, they get like dry and crepey? And I've
yeah.
definitely seen, now this lotion on its own is a powerhouse, but I added the retinol to it and it just really seems to be taking it up a notch with smoothness and
Wow.
firmness.
Wow,
Yeah.
did you guys hear that? So retinol 0.5 or 0.3 with that target action toning lotion. You could
Mhm.
try them separate, but together, that was
Power.
power.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to take us back 32 years. How were you introduced to Mary Kay Cosmetics?
So 32 years ago, I was 29. I didn't have any kids. I was working full time at a nail salon. So I was already in the beauty service industry. I was doing natural nails and waxing. And I had enough confidence, I would say, to work with women. But I definitely would say I didn't have enough confidence to imagine my own business. But I listened to my friend Cheryl McCracken, who introduced me to Mary Kay because she thought I'd be good at it. I didn't, but she did. So
Oh,
that was 29 years ago.
nice. So you borrowed a little bit of her faith in you to
Yeah.
start the business.
Yeah, really.
I
Yep.
love that. All
I
right.
said yes so I could just try it and I know that I would stink at it and I could say that I tried it.
Oh, she said, I tried it, now leave me alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why you said yes. What almost
hmm
held you back?
Um, I think it's really because I had tried other things, like friends had, introduced me to other things they were selling. One friend was doing these water treatment units, another friend was doing china and paint pots and pans, stuff like that. I gotta say, when I think back, I guess I was a little bit of an adventurer where I'd be like, okay, I'll try that. I guess you always wanted to have like a little extra money outlet somehow. But I sucked at that. Those were horrible experiences. I mean, nothing terrible happened. I just didn't enjoy it and I didn't do well at it. I don't even know if I
Yeah.
sold anything. And I thought Mary Kay was going to be the same.
Mm,
So I didn't want to pressure people and I didn't like sales. Sales was not appealing to me. So I would say that was probably the biggest thing that held me back. But really, when I think about that, I think it was fear. It was
okay.
fear that this would be the same and
Okay.
that I hated selling and I was afraid I was going to fail.
Okay. So you had some fear. You were afraid you were going to fail. You wanted to prove Cheryl wrong. You're like, I'm going to try this, but it probably won't work, but maybe I'll make a couple of extra bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what caught your attention to keep trying and to keep going in this business? Because, like
Mm-hmm.
everyone, I'm sure you had some setbacks. I'm sure
Mm-hmm.
you had some disappointments early on. But
Mm-hmm.
what was it about this business that made you want to keep going?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think it kind of gets infectious. People were saying yes. I didn't realize how many people liked Mary Kay and were
Mm,
familiar with Mary Kay and were willing to give me their opinion of it and just try it for me by either hosting a party or having a facial. And I think it just kind of became infectious, addicting, whatever the word is for it, that these women would be like, yeah, this feels great. I want some. And they
yeah.
give me money and everybody was happy.
You're like, wow, I can do this again, right?
So exactly. So it just kind of builds on itself little by little. Not that every appointment was this big, grand, huge success, but each time somebody said yes, it instilled more confidence in what I was
Oh,
doing.
yeah.
And it just
Mhm.
kind of became, okay, I can do this.
Yeah.
So I kept going.
I want to ask you another question. You worked in a primarily female, dominated industry, right? You worked in nails and beauty, and you're already in the beauty industry, working with
Hmm.
other women.
Hmm.
How did you see Mary Kay as different in this beauty industry? The women in this industry, maybe the culture, like what was different about this versus what you had been exposed to?
Mm. I can vividly remember coming to this conclusion because when I worked in the salon industry, a women oriented industry, there would tend to be some cattiness. You
Mm,
know, as soon as a customer, I don't want to, not every time, just sometimes, there'd be like this cattiness. Somebody would leave and they'd be like, oh my God, did you hear what she said? And,
mm,
or sometimes within coworkers, there'd be like a little cattiness. And just unfortunately, it was like women's can sometimes tend to be like that.
yeah.
And I remember when I walked into my first Mary Kay conference we were at, and women weren't doing that.
Mm,
Women were like looking each other in the eye and being kind and, just hugging each other and smiling and laughing. And nobody was checking each other out with the up and down look like, oh, what's she
mm,
wearing? Women don't do that at Mary Kay
yeah.
things. We're just there to encourage and congratulate and be happy for each other and stuff like that. So it was very different environment, compared to other um, work environments.
Yeah.
But
Refreshing, I bet.
yeah, it was. I just remember that happening on that day, and I was like, wow, this is different.
How has this business been a blessing to your family?
Well, I love that I was able to be a part of a lot of the things with my kids. Early on, I didn't have kids right away in my business. So when my son was born, and I just remember looking at him when he was 6 weeks old at that time. And I just remember, holy cow, this is the time that a lot of women have to take their kid to a daycare center. That
Mm,
6 week time frame has come up. They've got to go back to the job. And I just remember looking at him and he's so tiny and new. And I was like, I'm thankful. I'm grateful that I'm doing what I'm doing so that I don't have to do that. And I was able to be a part of just all their little things they do when they're growing up, their school things, their events, traveling around to my daughter's endless lacrosse tournaments.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
That was a long path for her all the way to get her up to college and even going to her college games. It was great to have flexibility to go to these things
Mm,
and to be there for the stuff that we wanted to have. And also all of these things need financing.
right.
You need money to do stuff. You need money to take your kids to the zoo or to the Strong Museum or any of these, fun
Right.
things to do with your kids, even before they're in school and then after they're in school too. So
Right.
still needed money, still needed the flexibility. So I would say that's definitely been that huge blessing to our family life.
Awesome. Tell me what's one thing that you would advise to someone who's just starting out in their Mary Kay business? So they've signed, they're brand new. One piece of advice.
This is a good, short, simple one. Get started and don't quit.
Love it.
Mic
That's
drop
it.
on that.
Mic
You
drop.
can't you can't fail in Mary Kay. You can
Yeah.
quit,
You
but
quit.
there's no fail. So get started and don't quit.
Some people got on tonight because they just want a chance to win $50. They would never probably do Mary Kay if they were starving and living in a cardboard box. And we love you. And you're on tonight getting some tips from this wise woman. You're being inspired tonight, maybe to get some courage. And you're just here to win maybe some free stuff. Some women
Mhm.
got on tonight with the intention of that, but now they're sitting here and they're like, I'm inspired right now.
Mhm.
Maybe I could see myself doing this. I've seen my consultant building her business. It doesn't look that hard. What would you say to the woman who's on the fence and maybe she's like, maybe I could do this? I don't know.
I would say I see you. Get
Mm,
it. I get it. I was a cosmetic snob. I didn't use Mary Kay. This was the last thing I thought I would ever do. My friend Cheryl was doing it and having a great time and making money. And she, like I said earlier, she thought I'd be good at it. So I get it. You don't think this is anything you would ever consider for yourself. I get it. So prove yourself wrong.
mm,
Prove yourself
writing
wrong.
that down.
Whatever is holding you back is fear based.
Mm. False evidence appearing real, right? All right. Last question. How do you use your business to bless others? And maybe you can think about even times in the past where you've done something to bless others. Because, Mary Kay Ash always said, like, when you go out and give, you will receive, right? So we go out and our intention in Mary Kay is just how many people can we help? How many people can we, that invisible sign on their neck that says, make me feel important. For you, what does that look like? How are you blessing others?
It's true. It's not so much about what we sell or how much we're selling. It's about going out to serve and help another woman feel like she looks her best. To have that feeling for her within herself of her own personal beauty. Um, I also would have to say that I've grown, in being a part of the Mary Kay culture, that it's good to be what you call green. Green means like you're new, you're growing, means that you're still learning and trying to find your way and dig your roots and all those little things you want to think about when something is green and growing. So while I've certainly been able to, because of my business, grow in confidence and faith and gratitude and passing that on to others too, to help instill in them more confidence. She feels like she looks her best because she's got, her skin is looking great, or she learned a new makeup tip that makes her feel extra pretty.
Well, Karen, you have been such a blessing tonight. And I just want to say, what I love about this business and this culture is it's a place where women can be bold. They can be bold like you were tonight in their faith and their beliefs. They can share what's important to them to others. You started out this business 32 years ago. You didn't have a lot of confidence in yourself. You really were unsure. You did it to prove someone wrong. But today I see a beautiful, strong, confident woman who is courageous with her faith, courageous with the message she feels in her heart. And that is such a gift. And my prayer is that somebody here tonight needed to hear what you had to say, and that they can now take your tips and walk confidently into their day tomorrow and so forth. And so I would love to see in the chat, what is a tip, something you guys heard Karen talk about tonight that really resonated with you? Throw it in the chat. So we'd love to see that. And so thank you so much. You know, we are coming down to the last couple of minutes, and I just want to share that any woman tonight that, I don't know, like this is all about just giving wise tips, right? I'm being a wise woman. But one of the reasons why Karen is so wise, and I have some wise tips every once in a while, is because of this business. You know, I don't know about you, Karen. You basically grew up in Mary Kay. I
Yeah.
started 14 years ago at 25. You know, I'll be 40. I'm growing up in Mary Kay. And so,
Mhm.
so much of what we attribute to who we are is people is because of Mary Kay. So I always want to invite people to this business to link arm in arm. If this is something that you feel like you could use in your life, if you could use more friends like Karen and maybe your consultant that you could just learn from, you know, we have a gift for you. We'd love to offer you one of our favorite new, well, where'd you go? Favorite new products, the Mary Kay Hydrating Cream Mask. And if you have not tried this, girlfriend, you have got
Oh,
to
good.
get this. It is so good. You go to bed, you know, at night like a little glazed donut. It's great for a pre-makeup glow. It just leaves your skin feeling super hydrated, 12 hours of hydration, locks it in, all the goodness. And this is a gift from your consultant, from your sales director, if you choose to start a business tonight with us. And so I'm going to give everyone an opportunity now to write down a letter that best describes them. And you're going to text this letter to your consultant. And this is how you get into the cash drawing and the product giveaways. You have to text her your letter. Otherwise, you don't get into the drawing. So are you ready? It's going to be A. A is absolutely, I want to do this. I don't know if I'm going to be great. I don't know if I'll be any good or if I'll even like it, but something tonight resonated and I want to try this and I want to get my free mask. Guys, it's $35, as little as $35 to start a Mary Kay business. And we will equip you and guide you. And you have a business coach if you choose to do this. You're in business for yourself, but you're never alone. So $35, it just took me almost about $40 to fill up my tank, but I'll have to do again $35 for as little as that could get you in the door. B is, you know what? I think I've got some big vision for my life. I think I got some goals, but I haven't really been able to piece them together. And there's something about this Mary Kay that maybe might help me figure it out and maybe put my vision into motion. But I've got some questions and I'm a little nervous and I want to see what that might look like for me. And so that means you're a conversation person. You're going to have a conversation with your consultant and her mentor on what this business might look like for you and to see if it's something for you or not. And you can ask more questions. And C is, girl, I love you and I love Mary Kay, but I want to stay a loyal customer, just loving the product. And that's C. So you're going to be a customer for now and just keep supporting your consultant. And this brings us to the end of our time. So we thank you. Text your consultant right away. The drawing for the cash and the product will be done tomorrow morning. It will be recorded. So make sure you text her so we can get all the entries in and we'll record it so you guys can see who wins. Karen, we thank you for being our first speaker for kicking off Wise Women Wednesday. We hope we see you all next month again to try to earn some prizes and cash. And we just thank you all. God bless. Have a great night.
Thanks, everyone.